So I think convergence means many different things. It's everything from bringing their operational side together, meaning making sure their sales teams can sell across digital and broadcast. Their ad ops and comm ops teams can execute them. They can produce a single invoice across it, and they can basically serve the buy side. And the key to this, though, is that convergence is really about the broadcast reach that has traditionally been available on age gender, plus the addressability and the targeting that digital has bought. And so we're moving into an era where they want to take the best of both worlds. They want the buy side does. They want as much unduplicated reach as possible and to get reads on the various different audiences. And our customers, the sellers, the national cable nets, et cetera, are working to make sure they can provide the audience that they serve, meaning the consumers of their content, up to the buy side so the buy side can reach exactly who they want when they want with the right message. So convergence to me is taking the best of both worlds, as much unduplicated reach as possible with reads on the audience that you're targeting.
So what are the expectations and demands for solutions now maybe than they were a year ago from your clients, particularly the national programmers? What are the issues that they're grappling with, and what are you trying to solve for them?
Yeah, so there's a number of issues, one of which is just upfront in the sales process, making sure that when they're pricing, they're planning, they're prospecting, they're doing all of the sales work, they can go to market with a consistent message. And a lot of that is also making sure they get access to the data. So data is more and more important, and there's lots of different outlets for those data feeds. It's being able to at least during an upfront process, go to market and say, here's what we're selling you. Here's the audiences that we serve. Here's certainly historically the Nielsen age gender, but here's other additional custom audiences we can layer onto it. And it's really working with the buy side to make sure that they're serving their needs. So it starts up in sales. It's making sure that they've packaged everything properly for the buy side, and then it's actually execution. And we at WideOrbit started with the execution piece, with what was historically called traffic sales and billing. And that was really about understanding what you have to sell, how much inventory is available. Initially, it was linear. We're moving forward with our product suite to make sure we can provide the same level of insight into their linear reach, their linear spot inventory, as well as their digital inventory. And we're taking that from the order management perspective, execution, but also moving it upstream into the sales process.
So how has the change in distribution changed? I mean, there's been so much, you know, so much rapid change, particularly the move to OTT, for programmers, also for locals, for everybody. How has sort of this accelerated move to OTT changed your business and the demands that are you have to deal with?
Yeah, I mean, recently technology has enabled OTT reach across all of the U.S. And it's not just OTT; it's all of the different social media outlets, et cetera. This has created huge fragmentation in the market. So it's very, very difficult for the buy side to get the reach that they want. It's very difficult for the sell side to be able to address into all of those. Buying premium content, specifically premium video content at scale, is incredibly challenging. It's getting better in that we're getting more and more data sources so that we can layer that on to, say, the national feeds, so that we can actually get, of this audience composition, right? There's so many people, 2+, let's say. We can then refine that, and there's so many adults, 25 to 54, but then we can layer in, there's this many high-income auto intenders, and get sort of the OTT targeting capabilities back into the broadcasting side. And again, I still wholeheartedly believe the buy side really needs as much quote unquote reach and frequency capabilities. It might be old school, but I still think it's vitally important. And so even though they're targeting a smaller audience, they want to know how many times that message is going and how many unique people they're seeing there. And so the fast adoption of OTT has made it more difficult, I think, for the buy side, and it's made it more difficult for our sellers to provide the packaging across the two.
So, well, what do you hope to achieve, at Wide Orbit, and what do you hope the industry achieves more broadly in sort of addressing the needs of this sort of highly distributed TV world that's being accelerated? What do you hope sort of happens in 2021?
Well, so when WideOrbit was founded to make it easier to buy and sell media. So that's our whole foundational ethos, is to enable that. The world got a heck of a lot more complicated while we were going through that process. I really hope that over time we can get better agreements on currency and who the currency of records are, and be able to agree on what those are. I also really hope that in 2021 we start to see better multi-touch attribution, and so that our customers get proper credit for the message that's been delivered to the audiences. Historically, digital has been the last touch, right? It's come through search, or it's come through a website, and our core customers, TV stations, radio stations, broadcast, cable networks, et cetera, aren't always getting enough proper credit for that. So I would love to see better multi-touch attribution, and WideOrbit helping to provide better guidance as to what TV is working and what content is not.